That phase when you start slowly hating your girlfriend is crazy. This has 97 million views, 28,000 reposts, 62,000 quotes. So let's talk about it. Chapter 6 of my series has about 18 million views and counting, and in that series I share exclusively women's perspectives and women's comments, which has made many men big mad. Example above. So when I saw this viral Twitter feed, I thought, wow, this is perfect. I can now include men's perspectives. Let's see how it goes. When she keeps reminding you about her birthday and it hits you that you have to buy her a gift. When you have to tell her to dress more modestly, but deep down you're tired of seeing her body because she's not as hot as your new girl. When you cheat on her and she forgives you for the 6th time. Yeah, she sounds like the problem. When she holds your hand in public and you feel like cutting it off. Charming. It's like the more you hate her, the more she loves you back. Let's compare these to some of the women's comments. First night home with our baby born via C-section, our newborn was crying the whole first night. My now ex literally said, if you can't take care of it, then maybe you shouldn't have had a kid. Like we didn't plan for this and have one together. Ex told me to just be quiet and watch TV so he could sleep while I was in labor with our daughter. After my second child was born, my ex-husband dropped the car at the hospital so that I could go to the store on my way home from having a baby. When my son was born, it was 36 hours of labor and an emergency C-section at 11 p.m. He left to celebrate and left me alone as a new mom. Men could come up with equally degrading stories about women. Women versus men feminism doesn't get us anywhere. You're right. Let's go back to the men's thread. When she says talk to me and you know she's not worth the effort, so you just tell her it's fine. To be honest, this is real. You'll be feeling like your girl is irritating. That's the reason why most of us men cheat in marriages or relationships. Women are boring. Lads are expressing themselves emotionally and the ladies are shooketh. I think we have different ways of expressing ourselves. A man doesn't love a woman more than he loved her the very first time he saw her. With men, love doesn't grow. They only start admiring other things like your cooking skills and perhaps social skills. Just say you're looking for a free cook. My ex-husband used to say, if I have to clean, then what's the point of having you here? When you're trying to hold back the happiness when she's crying because you hurt her. Her tears give you joy because she sneaked, went through your phone, and found out you cheated on her. When you bring issues out of everything just to make her tired of you. So instead of just breaking up with her, you gaslight her into thinking she's the problem. Men literally act like this and then blame women for not dating them. These comments are terrible, but also, you picked him. Abusive men will be kind at first. Once they get comfortable with you, then they will treat you however they want. Why is the focus on women choosing bad partners and not the deadbeat men being bad partners? TikTok is the reason I left. I learned what emotional abuse was and have been slowly ripping the Band-Aid off since 2020. Men, stop getting mad at us and direct that energy to your male friends and family who do this. Thank you. Grown men need to listen to the people around them and do better. A systemic change is needed to keep young men and boys from perpetuating this.
That phase when you slowly start hating your girlfriend is crazy. When you keep messing up on purpose so that she can break up with you, that she keeps forgiving you, you start asking yourself questions like, does she have to chew when she eats? When she says good morning? And you just start feeling nauseous. You would be ghosting her and she would still be texting you. I just want to make sure you're okay. You can talk to me. I hate when women act like they're so much simpler to get along with and men aren't. Like women are boring and have lame senses of humor. Men can make a boring time fun. I don't know. That's just my experience. Was on my knees in the bathroom, begging Allah for peace. I'm not even Muslim. When you have to spit on her back to pretend that you came. When you have to spit on her back to pretend that you came because she doesn't turn you on anymore. Her tears gives you joy. Because she sneaked, went through your phone and found out you cheated on her. To be honest, this is real. You be feeling like your girl is irritating. That's the reason why most of us men cheat in marriages and relationships. Women are boring. Women are boring.
The phase where you slowly start hating your girlfriend is crazy. Y'all, this tweet has 142,000 likes. And the replies to this tweet is even more insane. When you can't let go because you haven't found her replacement yet. When the problem asks you what the problem is. When you open a text thinking it's from the woman you actually want, but it's from her. When you're about to drop her off at her place, but she decides to stay an extra week. Me praying she sees this thread so she can break up with me herself. Y'all, if you're not happy in a relationship, then why are you still in that relationship? It will never make sense to me. Like, just break up with them if you're not feeling that spark with them anymore. I just don't understand.
There's currently a viral tweet on Twitter that reads, "That phase where you slowly start hitting your girlfriend is crazy," right? And within that tweet, there's a thread of men. At this point, it's thousands of men at this point, who are expressing their contempt and their disdain for their girlfriends, right, or their partners. And it's basically what women have been saying for years now, that when a man starts to not like you anymore, he becomes emotionally abusive, emotionally neglectful, starts doing everything in a book to get you to hate him so you can break up with him so he doesn't have to break up with you, right? So they're just in there just joking about that. But what I want to talk about is that within that thread, there are some men who are taking it too far, even for the men that are engaging in the thread and liking the thread and like adding to the thread. Because the men who are taking it too far are like saying things of how they thought about their girlfriend, or how they, use their girlfriend's body at this point just for pleasure, or, like just over like talking about like openly how they love to cheat on their girlfriends, right? And instead of like men seeing it as, oh wow, somebody created a safe space for men to be violently misogynistic towards women, they're seeing those individual men who took it too far as like the problem and not the whole entire thread. And this was going on, right? There are sexist attitudes and beliefs within that thread of men that are reinforcing like harmful stereotypes about women, which is going to lead to the sexual violence that happens to women and the unaliving of women. But they're seeing it as these are just jokes, and these individual men are just the weird ones, and not the fact that we're creating this culture.
This is the real pandemic, the illness of dirty, musty, crusty men. That is the real pandemic at hand here. Like, even based on just like the stories that I've heard from other people, I'm like, when are the girlies going to escape this calamity that is dating absolutely horrid men? Based on my own experiences with the men that I then go ahead and see get into relationships, I'm thinking, how on earth are so many people in healthy relationships? And then I think to myself, how many of those relationships that people love to show off are actually healthy? I'm just shocked that the boys are actually admitting to how horrid, like, the boys are giving us hard evidence that they are as horrid that girls have always said they were. Hard evidence.
Like, this is literally what I mean when I say you got to ask yourself, right? Like, is it your anxiety or is it your intuition? Because you might have a reason to be anxious, babe.
So everyone's talking about the Twitter thread where men are talking about how much they hate their girlfriends, and women are asking, well, if they hate us so much, why are they with us?
They're with you for the benefits of being with you. The benefits of being with you could be sleeping with you, the food you make them, a roof over their head, money. For them, it's not a necessity to love you. As long as they're getting the benefits that they want, loving you is not a necessity. They'll just pretend to love you, act like they love you, because that's what they need to do to keep you around. That's what they need to do to have access to the benefits they're with you for. See how selfish that is? They know they don't love you. They know that all too well. They know that they're not worthy of you. They are engaging in sexual activities with you, sometimes making children with you. But they can't even afford to put those kids in private school. They don't have a house in their name. But they're over here making a family, though. And so they hate you. They may not know that that's why they hate you, but that's why they hate you. They're being punished. It's a form of punishment for choosing to stay where they know they don't belong, for choosing to stay where they know they're very unworthy of being, but they stay there anyway. They're being punished for being selfish. They're being punished for being deceptive, deceiving you into thinking that they love you, that you finally found your person. That's why they hate you. So they're getting all these benefits that they're with you for, but the price is misery. That's my theory.
Ladies, let that be a lesson to you. Over the past few weeks, they have pushed so many narratives in attempts to fearmonger women into not wanting to be alone, to shame women, trying to imply that being a wife and a mother is something you should want to do, and if you don't, then it's your problem for being modernized. You want to be a city girl, and that you should lower your standards, or you're going to be old and alone. They've been pushing narratives and narratives like that for weeks, if not months now. Let that thread be a lesson to you. When they're trying to tell you stuff like you're going to end up old and alone, nobody's going to be there to take care of you. Would you rather end up old and alone where you only are responsible for yourself? You get to pay for your own enjoyment. You get to make decisions on a moment's notice because you're the only one it's affecting. Or would you rather spend decades with a man who's too much of a coward to even tell you that he don't like you? Instead, he jumps on the internet with a whole bunch of other cowardly incels and bashes you via that way. Meanwhile, this man is probably eating up your food, using your money, wasting your time, accessing your body, using your womb. And he's the cornball on the internet telling other cornballs how much he don't like you, but he doesn't have the balls to say it to you. So ladies, the next time they try to fearmonger you out of, you're going to be alone. Alone does not always mean lonely. I love being alone. It's peaceful. I'm happy here. Y'all be safe and remember that thread. Just because a man smile in your face, be kissing all on you, laid up with you, these men have proven over and over again they can do all of that without even liking you. Y'all be safe and stay dangerous. Good night.
When we were deciding if the marriage was truly over, after a lot of awful behaviour on both of our sides, I said to him that I don't think he meant to hurt me, and I don't think he knew how much a lot of the stuff he did hurt me, but the damage was irreparable. And I still at that point thought we could work on it, until he looked me right in the eye and said, I did know, but you always seemed to forgive, and you had this unlimited capacity for forgiveness, and a bit of me just wanted to see how far I could take it.
When I tell you that he knows what he's doing and he's choosing to do it, I'm not saying it to make you feel insecure or to trigger you. I am saying it because more often than not, it is true. Consistent maltreatment, deprioritization, showing that he does not value, respect, or cherish you, oftentimes that is a calculated effort to push you to the point of leaving so that he doesn't have to do the dirty work of ending a relationship with someone that he made a false commitment to. Stop giving chance after chance. As soon as the temperature shifts, get out.
I want the girls to know how genuinely good it feels to not have a man as the center of your life. It truly feels amazing to list out activities and hobbies and things that you love to do, and a man is not included in none of them. It feels so good to be your own individual, your own unique person without a man. And even if you do have a man, it feels so good to still be so connected and close to your soul that you are still your own unique individual with or without him. We don't speak decentering men because it sounds cute or because, we want to hear ourselves talk. We speak decentering men because it genuinely from the soul feels amazing as women to be your own person and to be your own source of love and confidence and empowerment. When we speak of a woman who is truly in her essence and her individuality, this is a woman who is holy, a woman who is godly, a woman of freedom, a woman who is free. A woman who cannot be controlled by a man is a woman who is moved by God. That is holy, that is true love for herself. And this is why we talk about decentering men, because decentering men is a holy act. A woman cannot experience true holiness when she is consistently controlled by a man and her every action is dictated by a man. You cannot experience the true power of your unique essence while having every action dictated by a man and having everything that you do dictated by a man. When you decenter men, you experience holiness. You experience your divine energy. You experience the good side of life. I need y'all to know how good it feels and how confident you will feel when you know man is not what make your world go around. It feels amazing to list out a whole group of activities that I can do, and I promise you a man is not involved in one.